Hey guys, how's everybody making out today? It is just about 11 o'clock Monday morning, and I had to send one of these knives back because it had major lock rock. Yes, a GEC piece. When I received it, it had more lock rock than I wanted to feel, and for the money I paid for it, I was not going to deal with it. So the seller told me that, oh, well, you're going to have a little of that lock rock on lock blades and this and that. And he tried getting one over on me. But I commented back. I said, listen, I says, I'm not one to complain. I said, but I'm sending this knife back and it's got substantial lock rock to it. Just letting you know, when you get it back, it'll be more clear to you and you'll understand where I'm coming from. So he told me to send it back, and I sent it back, and just now, after a few weeks later, you know how it is. A few weeks later, I get it back, and it's fine. It's no lock rock. It was this, which one is this? The burnt sienna, this one here. But you don't want to see that when you're paying that kind of money for your knives. I mean, you could accept it if it was, I don't know, like a $25 knife or something. You could let it go and deal with it and have a little up and down play. But this one didn't even have a little up and down play. It had you could wiggle it and it was like this, up and down. And it was loud too. It was clicking. It was no good. It was just effective, You can't have them all come through pretty and clean, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to show you a few of these 72s. These 72 patterns I have been chasing for the longest time. This is my first 72. Where is it? This one here. The green micarta 72 was my first one that I purchased. And this one is, what year is this one from? 2016. I purchased this back in 2016. So what's that? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27 years old. That's not too bad. But ever since I got this one, I said to myself, man, if I could just get my hands on more of these 72s, because they're so nice. They're so balanced in your hand. They're so lightweight. They're just really some of the best GECs. Some of the best GECs that I think you can buy. These 72 Cody Scouts. They're called the Cody Scout 72s. But nevertheless, this is the first one I got, and at micarta, you can see how beautiful that green micarta is. Now it changed colors. It's supposed to be green, but it darkened up after time with oils from your hand and holding it like this. It really takes on its own character. It really, really does. But that's just the way it is, you know what I mean? And that's fine. I love that. I love it, taking on a character. But that's it. That's my green micarta 72. And the rest are new. That was the only old one that I had. This one, and the other three are all recent purchases. Now, this one is the 72. Same pattern, same number, same everything. And this is the green jig bone. But this jigging is something that I've never seen before, this style of jigging. Just look at that. And this one comes with the unexcelled bullet. And it's just, it's really, it's just a great piece, man. It's just a great piece. You got the triple fluted bolster here. And I can't explain. I mean, it's just a beautiful, that bone is so, you can see it just going through. It's just a beautiful pattern, the bone. It's just really, really cool. It reminds you of an alligator. It reminds me of alligator skin. That's exactly what it reminds me of. I didn't see that anywhere. I'm just saying for myself. It reminds me of the scales of an alligator. But nevertheless, this is an unexcelled piece. It's the unexcelled bullet. And, well, this one, of course, was the most priciest piece. But I'll tell you what, I made a deal with the guy that was really treated me fair. I'll tell you what, and it always doesn't happen. I normally get the worst end of the stick all the time, but not this time. The guy worked with me. He worked with me. He's a good guy, you know what I mean? And that's how it's supposed to be in the knife community. You don't always want to rip everybody off. You know the guy's going to buy it off. If you're reaching out, and you're hinting around like, how much do you want for? You know the person is going to more than likely buy it off you. So why do you want to rob the person without the gun? Answer me that. Why do you want to rob the person without the gun? I don't know. Well, everybody wants to make money. That's the name of the game, right? You can't fault nobody for that. But I personally wouldn't do it like that. I would probably charge just a little bit more. Okay, you want to make a little bit of money? Don't take the guy over the coals over. You know what I mean? But just make a reasonable, fair amount of money, and keep the customer happy too. So both parties are happy. Both parties are happy. It's simple. This one is, I love this one. You got to see this one, man. This is the burnt sienna, and this is the one I turned back. I took back to the guy, and the guy, like I said, he was trying to be funny with me and told me that this was going to have lock rock, and it was like, I mean, mass. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough to where I put my fingers here, and it would just be like beep, 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 beep. And you heard it clinking. No, I couldn't accept that for what I paid for this thing. No way. No way. There'd be no way. But you can see how beautiful the fit and finish is on this. And this bone is just, I mean, really, really beautiful as well. It's just as this jigged one. And this one is the burlap. I'll show you that one in a minute. But this is a beautiful, beautiful pattern, man. The blade, you can see the blade, why I like it so much, or maybe not. It's just a gorgeous piece. It really, really is. I think that these 72s are right up there with the 86s. I think my 86s are the best pattern of GEC out that I have in my collection. And a very, very close second are these 72s, Cody Scouts, right neck and neck with these, the 86 Barlows, the 86 Barlows. They're still number one in my book. The 86 pattern Barlow is still my number one piece in my collection. But these 72s come in a very close second. They really, really do. I mean, they feel wonderful in hand. The size of these are just spot on, perfect. Look at the size. You can see folded up. They're just, and I cut myself to the dickens not too long ago. I was shutting this, and it overcame itself and slammed on my finger. So now I'm real careful with it. And these things are sharp. These came sharp. But you could see it folded up with the blade put away in it. Just a really nice little package. Something to stick in your slip. You could see how thin. You know, they all come real nice and thin like that. And that's just, there's nothing that means more to me than having a pocket knife that's slender. That's slender. If it's big and bulky and fat, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Like some of those camp knives. If you guys ever seen some of those camp knives, you know what I'm talking about. They're like that thick. They're just, there's a few pieces out there that are just really, really just so cumbersome. But beautiful fit and finish on them. They're really great. This has got the foxhound tooth on it. I love that. I just think it's so cool. So that's that one there. You can, oh, and listen to the lockup. I mean, it's locked up. This one's locked up real tight. I'm glad I sent it back. My wife persuaded me to send it back because I was just going to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with everything else, packing it up, sending it back, waiting to send the other one back and all that. It's a pain in the rear end, man, to do that. You know what I mean? I find it very, very, it's just a mess sending it back. It really is. But I'm glad I did. You know, now I'm happy. And this is the last one. This is in the burlap micarta. Look how beautiful this burlap is, man. This has also got the hound's tooth. Look how beautiful, man. I love burlap. I was never really a burlap guy until I got a buck knife in the burlap. And then I got, I don't know, maybe another knife or something. Yes, my battle horse knives I got in burlap. And this one. But man, I'm really liking burlap a lot. The texture is real. It's really nice, man. It's really, really nice. Might be one of my favorites out of this lineup here. But just a great piece. Just a great piece. If you guys are interested in one of these, you might want to just go to eBay and poke around and see what's out there. You know what I mean? Maybe, just maybe, you can work a deal with somebody. You never know. Shoot an offer out there. Make the offer. And you might find a good guy that's not willing to gouge you to death. And he might accept your offer for a fair price. Now, you can't put it in, make your offer for too cheap. You know what I mean? Then you are not going to get it. But if you make the offer for a reasonable amount, what you're willing to spend, put a limit on what you're willing to spend, you might get it. You might get it. But yeah, that's about it, guys. They're my 72s, and I just wanted to show them. And that's it. That's really about it. And stay tuned for another video on, I'm going to do another chop test, but I'm going to do it differently. I got most of the nicks out of that blade because the nicks were real deep in that blade. And I took them out with a file, a bastard file. I just kept filing the blade, filing and filing and filing until I got most of those deep gouges, those deep nicks out. But that should have never happened to that knife. You know what I mean? It was only a 2x4, pressure-treated 2x4. I wasn't even hitting in the knots. I could see if I was slamming it in the knots, chopping into a knot, then I could understand. But it was just an ordinary 2x4. I shouldn't have got all those nicks in that blade. It's 1075 carbon. Now, it left a sour taste in my mouth for 1075 carbon steel. I think it's too soft. I don't like it now. I mean, Condor makes a nice, an affordable product. Okay, you have to understand that. That's their market. They're affordable knives. So that's why it kind of probably failed, because they're just okay. You know what I mean? They're okay knives. You know what I mean? I wasn't working with no M390 or anything. I'll guarantee if I worked with M390, I'd never get a chip like that or any of that. I could slam a knot with M390 and them tougher steels. You get what you pay for, man. You get what you pay for. On the end, this was a cheaper knife. You know what I mean? You got to expect that. You know what I mean? What was it? 50, 60 bucks? You're going to, for a big blade like that? You know what I mean? I knew that, though. I knew that. I just wanted to see how it would hold up. But I'm going to do another chop test on it. And I'm going to hold it upright, the 2x4. I'm going to start chopping it upright, see how quick I could get through it. But anyway, I guess I'll let you guys get going. We're already, oh man, we're up there. Wow. All right, you guys be good, be well, be safe. Enjoy your 4th of July, guys, man. Have a nice 4th of July. Tomorrow's the 4th. So Yeah. All right, guys. Drop me a comment if you can. Let's get something going here. I'm bored. All right, guys. Be well.